So guys, and the situation between India and Pakistan is escalating. And even I just woke up and exercised, so there might be some new things that I haven't even seen. But last time I checked, Pakistan and India, Pakistan was kind of suggesting that, yeah, war is imminent and it's going to happen any moment now. I don't know, like, within the last few hours, has there been any update? Let me see. Any new updates in the past few hours? Okay, so we should like check that out as well. And I have a lot of notes regarding there's a war offline that's supposed to be happening. I don't know. Every time something like this seems to be escalating, at some point it dies down and nothing happens. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe this time is different. Okay, we have new updates. Okay, hold on. What is this? How dare you ask me to choose a flag? I'm just as British as you are. Here I am on the balcony of the Pakistan embassy, urging all you to hate me. All right, come. So you can see that I have this AP article up saying Pakistan and India hint at imminent military action over Kashmir. A look at the nuclear rivals, and I will just quickly read the summary of what just happened here. But after that, I'm going to go to the Twitter war that on Twitter people are fighting on all sides and people's different takes. And then I will also look at your takes. I see, by the way, Jean is going to be starring your comments, not just highlighting. So Jean is in charge of both highlighting comments, like you see right now. Your comments going to be on the screen, and also she's in charge of starring comments. Starring comments means that I will go and read them. So, for example, Jasmine is saying, how many millions killed by Pakistan already over the 57th Islamic Caliphate state? How many millions? Depends on, are you talking about just Pakistan alone or the entire Islamic presence in that area before Pakistan was ever a country? Because if you mean the second one, then a lot more. Because many Muslims were killing Hindus in that area before Pakistan was even a country by the millions. So I mean, honestly, Pakistan is a very new identity. It's a very new thing. So yeah. Oh, Roy is here. Hi, Roy. Guy, by the way, guy, Israeli is in the chat. I will go over the commentary on this, and you can see there's a lot of Israeli comments involved. Like many Israelis, like just in. By the way, the last stream I did on this, one of the streams I did on this issue, was removed by YouTube. It was a really good stream that I did on this, and YouTube removed it for me covering fake news, but I wasn't saying the fake news. I was covering other people's opinions, and I didn't even agree with it. And YouTube removed it for spreading fake news. I disagreed with the fake news that was being reviewed, and then I appealed it, and my appeal was rejected. Yeah. By the way, people are saying hashtag stand with India. Yes, I mean, on this, I completely 100%. I'm on India's side. A lot of people think I'm not because I disagree with Hinduism and I criticize Hinduism, and they think between. I don't know what does it got to do with this. Obviously, between an Islamic republic, which is Pakistan, and a secular democracy. I know the secularism in India is not as much as we secular activists want, but is much more secular than any other Islamic country, to be honest, right? So it's secular enough for me to call it a secular democracy. So between a secular democracy and an Islamic republic, of course, I'm going to be on the side of the secular democracy. Like, what the hell? Obviously. Yeah, so let me give you, for people who don't know what the hell is happening, I will just read you a one paragraph summary, and then I will go over other people's commentary to see what the hell is, like, you guys see all the tension and all the people's opinions on social media. So here's a summary. Tensions between India and Pakistan have escalated following a deadly attack on tourists in Kashmir, which India blames on Pakistan. And guys, by the way, in the last stream, I went over the reasons why it's makes sense, like, because a lot of people think like Pakistan's government is just one thing. Pakistan's government, we have the civil government, and we have the military. In Pakistan, the military is so many different groups, so many different factions. Some of them are allied, like are pro-US. Some of them are pro-Taliban. Some of them are pro-ISIS. Some of them are pro-Al-Qaeda with ties to local terrorist groups. So it's just basically the Pakistan's army is a Frankenstein monster of many different people with different allegiances. So if you say like, oh, you can't blame Pakistan and you can't blame Pakistan, it depends which part of who are you talking about in Pakistan's army. And ISI, which is basically the intelligence operations in Pakistan, I went over all the reasons on the last stream why it makes sense to tie these attacks to ISI, given the history that they have had before. So I think India is completely fair for India to blame I mean, yeah, are there people within the Pakistan's government that are not worthy of blame? Yes, but that doesn't mean that there are not other factions within the government that are worthy of blame. And again, Pakistan is such a failed state that even if you could point to people within Pakistan's government who are not responsible, at the end of the day, you cannot clean up this mess. Like, Pakistan is responsible for the fact that it cannot clean up this freaking mess because the other parts are responsible. Right? So let me continue with the summary. Both countries have downgraded diplomatic ties and hinted at military action. India is considering a limited strike. Wow. Okay, Pakistan threatens retaliation. Despite both being nuclear armed, India follows a no first use policy. No first use policy, okay? Which Pakistan reserves. Okay, so that's in it. And while Pakistan reserves the right to strike first. So, guys, if you're going to see a nuclear war, it's going to be Pakistan will be hitting first, because India's policy is no first use. Like, we only use nuclear if somebody else uses against us. But Pakistan's policy has reserves the right to strike first if it feels existentially threatened. Past skirmishes, like in the 2019 airstrike incident, shows a pattern of limited but risky confrontations. The international community, including the US, China, and Gulf states, they're urging de-escalation to avoid another conflict. Okay, so guys, I am like, let me know if I'm being naive here or not. I am personally not concerned about India and Pakistan entering a nuclear war. I don't think that would ever happen. Maybe I am being too naive here, but I think when it comes to nuclear weapon, it doesn't mean that I'm not worried about tensions between these two countries. Because when it comes to nuclear weapons, what I'm more worried about is Pakistan being a semi-failed state, just collapsing altogether. And if Pakistan collapses as a state, there are so many Islamic militants groups in Pakistan that will now have access to nuclear weapons.